I am speaking directly to the people who voted for Trump and are now beginning to feel that they regret their decision. I'm not going to lecture you. I'm not going to sit there and tell you what you've already heard a billion times from everybody. I'm not going to sit there and pretend like your experience is not also painful. And while I don't have a lot of sympathy for anyone who holds on to hatred and then puts it back out, I do have sympathy for people who are gullible enough to believe what they have been told. Because at one point or another, all of us had been there. Maybe not enough to hurt another human being, but enough to follow the wrong person. Right now, you're right. That sinking feeling that you're having deep down in your gut, you're right. You messed up. But who doesn't? Right now, though, you have a unique opportunity in front of you. Most of the people who support Trump are Christian or Christian nationalist. And anyone who knows me will tell you I'm a huge, huge anti-Christian person. But don't scroll, okay? I'm not going to sit here and bash your religion. In fact, I'm going to pull from it to speak to you. God gives opportunity for people to redeem themselves many times throughout their lives. The biggest sin that we can commit as human beings is truly to do nothing when we knew we should have done something. To stand by and do nothing, knowing, and our conscience eating at us, knowing we should have done more. And I'm not talking about the normal general stuff that you put on yourself in order to make yourself feel more productive and better and like you care. I'm talking about situations where your gut is eating away at you and you do nothing. Right now, you have the opportunity to redeem yourselves. You also have the opportunity to go and talk to your other Trump supporters right now who are still blind and cannot see. Sometimes your God will give you opportunities to prove that you are, in fact, someone who listens to the Gospels and doesn't just recite them and parrot them. Right now, you have an opportunity to stand up for your own religion. And I'm not talking about to use it against other people. Because deep down, we all know that even if you read the book front to back, ultimately it leads to the road of what? Redemption. The law books that man wrote indicate that certain groups deserve to be hated. And yet none of us can figure out what scrolls are correct. There are scrolls that have been removed. The Bible has been edited multiple times. And even if you still believe it to be the word of God, I ask you, if that is the case, did you not read the book? When you read it front to back, ultimately at the very end, the Lamb of Sacrifice says, "Do not hate them, Lord, for they do not know what they do." You want forgiveness, then you have to be forgiveness. You want salvation, then you have to be salvation. Salvation is not proclaiming how awesome you are and how you knew everything was correct. Salvation is not browbeating people into submission so that way they too can join heaven. That is not the gospel or the word of God. That is your hubris and your ego. And if you have been victim to your own hubris and ego, which a lot of us have, almost every single person in this life, you have the opportunity right now to fix it. I'm not kidding, right now. We don't have to keep walking in this direction. And part of the sins that many of you laud against is pride. So, are you above saying that you were wrong? Are you above saying that you are human and you didn't know what you were doing, or you didn't think? Or you didn't stop and go, why do I hate these people so much? Like, honestly, why? Like, really, why? The great deceiver comes as someone who speaks and says what we want to hear. But love and truth is rarely what we want to hear. And I guess my question to you is, what does God value more? It can't be wrath, because every time he's been wrathful, he's shown he's regretted it, even in the books. Flooded the earth. Oops, I'm sorry. And wrath slowly and surely stopped becoming the way that God responded. And instead, he started pointing towards love, unity, humanity. That's not your God becoming weak. That's your God changing his approach. Because if we are made in the image, in God's image, then that means that, maybe the guy goofs up once in a while too. Maybe he overreacts too. God is perfect. Then if that's the case, why are we not perfect? Perhaps the truest form of love of God that you could do right now is to come back to center and get rid of the noise. Get rid of what your human pastor tells you to do and go out and converse with your God. Stop relying on someone else to do it for you and really listen to your God. Go out and converse with him. And you will find every time it's never a wrathful tone, ever. It is always love, acceptance, and forgiveness. So even if at one point this God was wrathful, this God was angry at whatever, that's not the case anymore. If you want other people to forgive you for what you've done, then you need to view everything else with forgiveness in your heart. Real forgiveness. Let go of everything you think you know. You get closer to God that way. Just food for thought.